What am I going to share here? Since today's topic is letting go. And then I realized I'm perfect for it right now. And to explain why, I'll have to introduce myself. I'm PAX, I'm a musician, I'm an artist, I'm a writer. And as a writer, I do a lot of thinking. And boy, did I do a lot of thinking in the past 7 years. What happened was, 7 years ago, we released a record with the Kyteman Orchestra. And we didn't expect it, but it went crazy. We sold double platinum and then toured the entire country since that time and sold out every venue I know. So my dream came true. Now what happens when your dream comes true is tricky. First you're exhilarated, then you're depressed, and then you come up with a new dream. So this new dream, I felt, had to be all about myself. I wanted something like this for myself. I didn't care about the success that much, but I wanted a band, a live act with my own name on it, or at least the name that I would give to it. So there I went. I decided, you know what? Kyteman was going on. That was my first priority, but my second and last priority in life would be my own project, and I said no to anything else. So saying no to anything else means I'm all alone now. Every hour I had, I just produced beats and beats and beats and beats and beats, and I ended up over these 7 years with 200 beats and then 10 tracks that I would finally create to be my own project. It was a dark time until a year ago when the Kyteman project got paused indefinitely, and frankly, the money stopped coming in and I was flat broke. It's hard to say no when you're flat broke. So I started saying yes again. But when you're saying yes, you have to, or at least I want to, trust my instinct. It's a very instinctive decision to say yes to something. Kind of like breathing, really. It's just inhale your options and exhale a decision. Now, in the past year, my life changed completely. So I did many things for the first time ever. I actually started teaching. I actually did a sermon in a church, not even religious. I participated in a hackathon inspiring designers to develop solutions for our refugee crisis here in Europe. I was asked to do voiceovers, translating video games, which is one of my childhood dreams. And I actually wrote and directed a movie for the first time. Okay, co-directed, but still. Now, all this craziness happened just because I had to start saying yes. And how does this work? How does this breathing and sharing works in a project that is not my own? Let's look at it. For example, for this movie, this director called me and said, hey, my scenario writer is pregnant and about to deliver a baby. I need you. So I said, who's your favorite director? He said, Quentin Tarantino. I said, I'm in. So I came there. We had a brainstorm. I inhaled all the ideas that everyone had. I exhaled my first scenario that I ever wrote in my life. I inhaled the respect of the director and his question, would you help co-direct me tomorrow? I exhaled 2 hours of sleep and 12 hours of directing my first movie in life. I inhaled pizza at the rap party, and I exhaled the next morning my very first scenario that I wrote straight out of myself because I had so much inspiration that now I had a scenario for my first video ever. Now, it's relatively easy to participate in other people's projects. I felt, though, that by participating, even though I put extra time in other things than my own, I ended up with more than I had before. I had inspiration, I had all kinds of ideas, and a little money too. So how does this work with my own project? Instead of being one of the horses in front of the carriage of someone else, now I need to hold all kinds of leashes trying to run this carriage where I want it to go. So I started to think, what if I would revise my piano parts? because I love piano, and I can compose with a piano, but I can't really play it. So I called the best piano player I know, asked him to do my parts, and then he actually played them, and then he did much more than that. He changed them. And not only did he change the parts, he actually proposed, hey, what if we change the chords here, make a whole bridge? Oh, and while we're at it, why not just overhaul the entire composition and make it a more fruitful thing? I was like, yes, let's do that. So now my music got lifted to a next level, and I made him the co-producer of my record. All this because I started sharing. And I'm thinking, just 2 weeks ago, I spent half a week talking about money to my production company, and I realized, why am I talking about money? I'm not supposed to talk about money. I'm supposed to make music. So I decided I need a manager. I need to share. I need to exhale my financial wishes and ideas, and I need to inhale his policies and possibilities so I can keep working. And now I'm thinking, wait, I have a script. I wrote a scenario. I need a director. I need to call my favorite director, tell him, hey man, you want to do something? And then give him my scenario and exhale that, and he will inhale it, and then exhale reflection to me, and we'll have an amazing video. So that's how this whole thing changed my life. It's so simple. Breathing in, inspiration, exhaling results. Let's see if it works here. Can we try it? You want to try it? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to exhale to you, and you inhale me, and then you exhale something to me, and we'll see what happens. Okay, here we go. See what happened? Okay, that's enough. All right. You get the point. Jesus. All right. So this is how this works. I realized I'm inspired by sharing 100%. So if it works in here, what about out there? And then I realized, wait, we kind of invented the internet lately. And that's the biggest form of sharing ever. And I'm not talking about all the social media and all the crap that's there. I'm talking about NASA realizing, wait, we want to calculate the distance to that star. If we give you all a little application, you can use all your computers when you're not using them to help us calculate the distance to that star in a matter of time. That's so much quicker than if we would build the biggest supercomputer ever built to try and recreate that. Okay, so the power of sharing. Now the energy world is realizing this. They're like, hey, people are just generating their own energy now. They got solar panels, they got everything going on. What if we have a smart grid and just put your surpluses on there, exhale, and download whatever you have as a shortage, inhale. And then when you make the calculation, and they have been made, it's actually true that if this all works, nuclear power plants are completely obsolete. So now I'm thinking, okay, what about us? What about humans? Maybe politics, you know? If the politicians would share all their options with us, and we could share all our knowledge and decisions with them per topic, per issue, not per party or populist leader. Thank you. You see, that guy knows what I'm talking about. Or girl, I'm not sure. All right. So here we are, sharing. And I realize it's a more fruitful way to go. I hope that you today and after today when you go home would share whatever is on your shoulders. If it's too much stress or there's too much thoughts, try and share it with the people around you. They might be able to help. If you're too inspired and you don't know what to do with yourself, please share that. the rest of us would like to join in. Truthfully, probably after today, after sharing this with you, I'm going to back into the shade and stop sharing for a little bit. Because truthfully, it's a cycle, you know? Maybe I needed those 7 years. Maybe I need now. And, well, that's another TED Talk. We'll do that next time. I would like to thank you all. You've been great. And have a beautiful day. All right? Goodbye.